Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. So we are reading Temple of Love. So which page, Andakaji?
Yeah, we will read page 69.
69.
Yeah, middle of page.
Okay.
So we continue reading chapter 3. Title is Land of Love. So we are reading from morning lecture by Gurudev, 16th February 2014. So Gurudev is sharing. My dears, spiritual life is only to increase your feelings, not knowledge. If you try to develop your knowledge, then you are in religious practice. If you increase your feelings, your connection with Swamini, that is spiritual.
Wow. This is Gurudev's always, what is it, does not change. So spiritual life is only to increase feeling, no knowledge. So actually, this one is, I could remember, Uddhava Mahashaya. Uddhava is Krishna's friend, Krishna's advisor, and Krishna's, I think, cousin or something, very intimate relative. So Krishna was telling to Uddhava, hey Uddhava, I want you to visit Vrindavan to console my parents and their gopis. Then Uddhava has so much knowledge because Uddhava is a disciple of Brihaspati, who is heavenly's guru, spiritual master. So Uddhava was thinking, there's no problem. I can talk spiritual things. Krishna's everywhere. Krishna's Supreme Personality of Godhead. I can tell them. So Uddhava visit Vrindavan and meet Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maya. So at that time, he was so much surprising how much love my Yashoda has. Uddhava is beyond Uddhava's understanding. And Yashoda Maya is like too much crying. And she's like almost blind. And her too much crying. And then there's so much, this is, this too much crying makes some liver. So, and she was thinking Uddhava is Krishna. And Yashoda Maya is like embracing. And she was thinking, oh, Krishna came back. But Uddhava could not say anything because Uddhava's feelings, Yashoda Ma's feelings too high. And also, maybe next day, Uddhava tried to tell how you are fortunate, my Yashoda and Nanda Baba, how you are fortunate because you got Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead is your son. Uddhava tried to preach that, but Uddhava failed. Uddhava could not say, cannot pass, cannot change their mind, so much feeling. And Uddhava also meet Gopi, especially Radhika. Their feeling is more high. Radhika is always like crazy lady, always talking about Krishna. Sometimes hate Krishna, but could not stop talking about Krishna. Sometimes bumblebee came and Radhika become thinking, oh, Krishna's messengers come. So anyway, so that feeling too high, Uddhava could not understand how much they have. Brajabasi has love. And Uddhava thinking, I know everything. I'm scholar. I'm great friend of Krishna. I'm so intimate with Krishna. He has some pride, proud. But when he saw Nanda Baba, Yashoda Maya, and Gopi, and Srimati Radhika, he completely absorbed in this Braja mood. And he want to put their dust of lotus feet on his head. But that is also impossible because Uddhava is Kshatriya and Gopi is lady and Vaishya. It's not good etiquette to Kshatriya put the dust of lotus feet of Gopis on his head. So Uddhava won't become like grass or some kind of, lata. Then in Braja, then Gopi step on that head, his head. That is Uddhava's desire. So this Gurudev was thinking, by knowledge, we cannot enter Braja. By feeling, we could enter Braja. This is Gurudev saying. If you increase your feeling, your connection with Swamini, that is spiritual. I think yesterday, somebody asking, why should we visit Vrindavan? What we should visit Vrindavan or not? So this is why we visit Vrindavan. This is many answers. One answer is to increase our feeling. How? To get associated with Rashika Vaishnava. Then our feeling may increase by their blessing. Also, Vrindavan dust is very special because Srimati Radhika walk around Braja. Mohan, Radha's Mohan also walk around Braja. So means Radhika's foot dust still in Vrindavan. So this is, I just feeling this Gurudev's some, this comment, small comment. Probably I was there when Gurudev was talking. So if somebody could share, it is welcome. Very welcome. I don't know, Gora Chandra may little bit disappear. Or anybody, if you could help us. Oh, thank you, Gora Chandra. I could not hear. Gora Chandra, I don't know. My problem?
Now.
Yeah, now, okay.
Okay, sorry. Maybe not working with my...
Yeah, thank you. Now I could hear.
So I'm searching a story. In the beginning of the Kali Yuga, Narada Muni is traveling and watching all the places. And Kali Yuga has taken over. And he go to all the places and finally he comes to Vrindavan. And there on the Yamuna, he sees a lady sitting,
Mhm.
and in her lap there are two sons. But surprisingly, her two sons, they already become very old. They look very old. But I don't get the story properly together. But the two sons are Jnana and Tapasya, I think. So in Vrindavan, they become very old. Only Bhakti is presiding in Vrindavan. It's not place of Jnana and not place of Tapasya. But I don't know the story properly. It's a beautiful story. Narada also talking to her then. Who are you? I'm Bhakti Devi. Maybe you remember the story. I don't know, Jayananda Maharaj. I have to
Yeah.
research and read it.
This is a story of Bhagavat Mahatmya. And I think son is Jnana and Vairagya. And the
Tapasya.
young lady is Bhakti Devi. And I also, I forgot. And in this, and then I forgot. And they start chanting, probably. Oh, Radha Charanji, you remember Bhagavat Mahatmya story? I think Padma Purana.
I just switched on Zoom here in this room. I not heard. I don't know what the sorry.
Too busy, no? You are too busy.
Thank you.
Maybe just okay.
I only heard Bhagat Mahatma. That's all. And my name.
Gurudev also busy. Okay. This is, I was. If Andakaji, you remember? Okay. Anyway, maybe then we can go ahead.
For Japanese devotees, so we have Japanese translation this Bhagavatam Mahatma, Srimad Bhagavatam last cant appendix.
If Kishori could share also, you have book. You
Yeah,
could
by
share.
your mercy. But, yeah, just now Gaura Chandra Prabhu said the same. Narada Muni and Bhakti Devi met. This is from Padma Purana. This point is that how to get Narada Muni Srimad Bhagavatam. I'm not Pandit like you.
Yeah, I remember. So at first, they chant Bhagavad Gita. But Jnana Vairagya a little bit better, but not fully.
Yeah.
So, and then finally, Narada Muni maybe chant Bhagavatam. And then that Jnana Vairagya become very young again. Something like story. Yeah?
Yeah, story is like this Jananda Maharaj and all. So, this Kumara, 4 Kumaras met Narada Muni. At that time, Narada Muni was very disappointed. Why? Because in Kali Yuga, just Gaura Chandra Prabhu said, in Kali Yuga, Narada Muni tried to find peace. Then Narada Muni saw very surprising situation near the Yamuna River. Situation is like this. Narada Muni told for Kumaras. Near Yamuna River, one very beautiful lady is represent of Bhakti. And two old guy is Jnana and Vairagya. Just Jayananda Maharaj says. Old Prabhus are two sons, Jnana and Vairagya. By Kali Yuga, they lost power. But by power of Vrindavan, Bhakti can get use again. But this Jnana and Vairagya was weak still. Then Bhakti asked the reason Narada Muni. Then Narada Muni explained in Kali Yuga, people lost good qualities. Like people is become represent of sin. That's why bhakti and jnana vairagya will be ignored. But in Vrindavan is a holy dharma of love. That's why in Vrindavan, bhakti can get power again. And this word makes bhakti surprised. Yeah. We'll continue story, or is this enough?
I see. Yes. So I think the point is chanting, because this is glorification Bhagavatam. So therefore chanting, I think Bhagavatam, they become young. And then I'm thinking, why Kali Yuga chanting Bhagavatam? Because describes glorification of Vrindavan Leela, especially glorification of Gopi, and especially one special Gopi who Krishna looking for is this. So that's Gopi. By the mercy of Acharya, we could know this Gopi's name is Srimati Radharani. So that means in Kali Yuga, Radharani's glorification will again comes. Especially Mahaprabhu came means Radha's glorification is come. Radha herself also come to Kali Yuga to distribute this love of Godhead. Especially that mood of Mahaprabhu, Gurudev saying sandwich, and then distribute Unnato Ujjwala Rasa. I think a few days ago, Gurudev was sharing, very nice sharing about Jagai Madai. So Mahaprabhu had, I think Madai hit Nityananda Prabhu. And then Mahaprabhu appear. He called Chakra, try to kill Madai. At that time, Nitai stopped it. That Gurudev is saying, Nitai remind Mahaprabhu, you are not Krishna. You are Radhika. I am Anangamanjari. That is Gurudev saying. So, whenever Radhika comes, not only Radhika, Anangamanjari comes, Lalita Saki comes, Vishaka Saki comes, Rupa Manjari comes, Tulasi Manjari comes. So, I think this is Bhagavata Mahatma's behind. I feel this is Vrindavan Leela and especially Gopis and Radhika's glorification. That is my feeling and my understanding. Especially in this Kali Yuga, is very, very special Kali Yuga because Mahaprabhu appear. Mahaprabhu does not care who is qualified, who is not qualified. He does not care because of Radhika. Radhika was like mother. Mother does not care children's qualification. So therefore, we have hope to get her mercy or Gauranga Mahaprabhu's mercy, Nitai's mercy. So this is Gaurachandra inspired us to remind this story. Gaurachandra, you want to say something?
Especially in Kali Yuga, Jnana and Vairagya have no power.
Mm.
They are so weak because in Kali Yuga, everyone is so fallen that nobody understands real knowledge. Nobody understands philosophy properly. and nobody can do any renunciation. Everyone is so attached and so greedy and so deeply in sense gratification. So even if you try, jnana and vairagya always are weak. They have no independent power. But I think this is the story. I think the Kumaras or something, they say to Narada Muni, wherever the Srimad Bhagavatam is chanted, bhakti will grow, and also jnana and vairagya will become strong. And you pointed out what is the meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam, why it is called the ripe fruit on the trees of the Vedas, like the mango, full of juice. Because in the Srimad Bhagavatam, we see the Krishna Vrindavan Leela, the highest. And then gopis, and secretly Radharani is there always. So when this is being glorified and bhakti is growing, and not Vairi Bhakti, Raga Bhakti.
Wow.
What Gurudev is saying, it's about feelings. It's not about knowledge, especially in Kali Yuga. Only grow the feelings, love, Raga Bhakti. Then jnana and vairagya also can follow that, meaning all realization coming. You realize everything. You don't need to independently try to understand everything. Everything will be understood. Who I am, who is God, what is my relation. So there's nothing more to know. So jnana is everything is realized when it follows bhakti, and renunciation also automatically coming. We try to be so absorbed in our loving relationship with Radharani.
Wow.
That we don't have time. We don't need to artificially renounce things. We only want to be in love with Radha Mohan, and we forget our attachments, and everything that is provided we use in the service. This Yukta Vairagya. We don't say no to anything. We take everything, but we use for the service. So we not stop eating like a yogi, but we offer to Radha Mohan and take the mercy, the prasad. So jnana and vairagya become strong if they are following to bhakti. But independently, they have no power. They are old, they will die. But bhakti will never die. Radhe.
I remember one verse, like Sarvabhaumacharya is like a very, very, what do you say, who is very knowledge, especially Nyaya, all knowledge he has. And after met Mahaprabhu, he changed. His mood was so changed. He has so much feeling. And then he said one verse, very famous verse. Vairagya vidya nija bhakti yogam shikshartam eka purusha purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sharira Dari Kripam buddhi yas tamaham prapande. So Sarvabhaumacharya was saying, let me take shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, who has descended in the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Maybe if Gurudev is saying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radhika, who is Radhika's mood. And then Mahaprabhu teaches real knowledge, and his devotional service. And detachment from whatever does not foster Krishna consciousness. And he descended because he is ocean of transcendental mercy. Let me surrender unto his lotus feet. So maybe a little bit. So this is today's feeling. Gurudev was talking. Knowledge, feeling.
Okay.
Okay.
So next we will read Gurudev's sharing from morning lecture on 28th February 2014. Radhe, Mere Swamini, my dear, you want to be in love, and love is coming from her.
Wow.
And when this appears in your eyes, it goes to the heart and mind, and they also become pure. The tongue also starts moving only with love. No negative vibration is coming from tongue because my heart and my mind is only thinking for you, my dear Swamini, and you are only love.
Looks like Gurudev as Manjari and seeing the kind of intimate Leela, or before, or maybe after. So Radhika is always want to be in love with Radhika's Mohan. And love is coming from Radharani, who is Mahababa Chintamani, who has Madanakya Mahababa. So, and Manjari could understand Radhika's feeling. If Manjari see Radhika's eye, what kind of indication, what kind of feeling she has, Manjari could understand. So this feeling come into Manjari's heart and mind also. If sadhaka lead or try to see in this vision, in this feeling, just lila and feeling, it goes to the heart and the mind, then that heart and mind become very pure. Actually, every morning and evening, we are listening Harikatha, especially Radha Katha. It's like we are drinking nectar from ear. And that our feeling increasing after hearing Rashika Vaishnava. Then the tongue also start moving only with love. Like yesterday, Uddhavaji's lecture, full of love. I was amazing how he has in vision with love in Radhika. Then no negative vibration is coming from tongue because one point for Swamini and Swami's Seva. So it's like Gurudev was seeing this kind of love and sharing his feeling.
Oh God.
So my dear Suniti, if you could sharing, Gurudev's feeling, morning lecture or another lecture. I am not so fortunate to hear Gurudev's morning lecture so often.
Radhe, Radhe, my dear. You want me to repeat what was going in the sharings?
Yeah, or yeah. In the morning or like whatever sharing in this connection, whatever.
Yes, you are so right. We need to have this nectar through the ears, and that will nourish my heart. I am also like this. If I am dry, I'm very unhappy. So this 2 weeks, Gaurasundar Prabhu was there, and he was so immersed in the morning classes with Gurudev. But also here, some devotees were here. Ramani Priya was there, and also Kishori most of the time, and some other nectar, greedy nectar hunters, bumblebees. We always said before in ISKCON, you remember? Nectar bumblebees. Yeah. But now maybe I would not say that, but I would say that they are very greedy to hear the remnants of the Adaramrita, of the nectar that comes from the lips of the Vaishnavas, especially Gurudev. And Gopika was always there in the morning. They have actually 2 classes, They start in the very early morning, and sometimes they also meet at night. Sometimes they met at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in Gurudev's room, and they were sharing. And what I got from the last week, it was so much about the verse 85 from Vilapa Kushmanjali. There it was explained how Chaitanya always want to relish this Radha's feeling, but also then Gurudev explained some realization came, and they were churning and churning how this Mahabhav of Swamini is absorbing Mohan, that he becomes Radhika. He becomes, is not like only feeling, but now he is Radhika. Mahabhav comes to him, Swamini, and he is relishing, and then it's like he becomes her. This is the Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. That is when Hare comes to Krishna in Chaitanya, then he becomes Krishna. Krishna very much amazed, and Hare Hare, he becomes that Mahabhav. So that was very amazing for me. I never listened this before. And then what happens when Krishna becomes Radhika? And there's something missing, yeah? We need Krishna. Without Krishna, Radhika is not happy. So Radhika becomes Krishna. And then that is the Hare Ram in that case, in that feeling. So some new feelings come. Hare Ram. This is Radhika in her Mahabhav. She becomes Krishna when he becomes Radhika. So they are exchanging also their roles in this Mahamantra. They are meeting. I mean, we have heard that Krishna wants to relish Srimati Radhika's feelings and that. But in that oneness, he becomes Radha, and Radha is taking the role of Krishna. Because her Mahabhav is so great that always she wants to make him happy. And he wants to be her, or he becomes her by too much closeness. And they are together in one person, right? Chaitanya. And that makes a new, completely new feeling for both of them. Wow. And that was what I got. I mean, I'm very beginning to try to enter into this. But Gurudev was very enthusiastic, and also Gaurasundar knows more about it. And I make this proposal that maybe on Sunday class in German Zoom, he will speak about that. Because I think they have so much intense closeness in that morning Brahma Muhurta classes in Monge Mandir. And Gaurasundar said that now he has a new realization about Brahma Muhurta importance. That is that these 2 hours before the sunrise, or let's say the night at all, because in the night it is so peaceful, not only materially peaceful. The mind is, ready to absorb the deepest issues. And he said also, I remember that I was 1 or 2 times there, because in Germany it's also very early then. But he said that the Manjari's activities are in the night, because our main service is to, assist the divine couple, Sri Radha Mohan, when they are meeting. First of all, arranging the meeting, trying to get the obstacles out of the way, whatever obstacles there are. And then in the meeting, also be there and be alert, not sleeping, but be awake. But when the divine couples sleep, then also Manjaris fall asleep. Sometimes they massage the feet, like we are also with Gurudev in this room, and we are massaging. And then both fall asleep, devotees and Gurudev. That is so sweet. It is such a nice feeling for that. To remember that. What is my eternal service? And so that Rama Rama, Hare Hare, it's like full. Radha, becomes in her Mahabhav. And then she takes, in that mood, she takes on the role of Krishna, because Krishna is missing. And because Krishna became now Radhika. What can Radhika do without Krishna? So Radhika has to become Krishna. And then when they are meeting in this Prema Vilas Vivata, it is called in Sanskrit. It's the exchange of roles that is very pleasing to Mohan. And of course, also pleasing the eyes of the Manjaris, who can see and who can feel it. And another thing happened this morning also. I was reading in Radharas Sudhanidhi, in the commentary of Anantadas Babaji, he said that actually all the living entities, whether they know it or not, they can only taste what the divine Lord has also tasted. What comes from the divine. Everything what we do, we try to have pleasure. It is already, this pleasure that comes, we know from Srimati Radhika, she is pleasure-giving potency. And she is giving love because we want love, or we want to feel love and to feel the divine. But then he also says that in this process of bhakti, that is the prasad we are tasting in a conscious way now. Can you imagine that? Mahaprabhu, he came to relish, right? And then at this time where we are living now, we can have this relish. Then something came to my little understanding why this Manjari Bhav could not be given or cannot be given before. Because before, all the avatars were only Krishna avatars, and then also Krishna did not relish this. But in this fallen age, Mahaprabhu is, not only walking in Nikunja Lila, he is completely absorbed in Mahabhav, inside, and we are now in the Nivritta Nikunj. And Radhika becomes Mohan to assist that. So because he is fully in Radharani. And because of this, because Mahaprabhu was experiencing this here on this planet, on this earth planet where we are here now, he also gave this potential, this chance for us to enter into the service when they are in this mood. And I thought, wow, because we can relish their prasad, right? Because he has tasted it. They are tasting it. Of course, they are always tasting it. But now, because this incarnation, this most merciful incarnation is coming, is, just around the corner, so to say. And Gurudev said, this is the most audaya for the people of this Kali Yuga, the most generous gift, present, possibility. That is this, when Mahaprabhu in himself becomes, Krishna becomes Radhika, Radhika becomes Mohan, and this is shared. That is a very deep, deep subject for meditation and for, in the Mahamantra to feel that we are now also having the chance to be in that, how do you say that? To be in that feeling, because it's their prasad. So that is amazing, and that is a very deep thing. And I want to ask my Gaurasunda, he will arrive here tonight, that on Sunday we can share it again, because I think it's not only a small realization. It's a big, 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 deep thing. And I think for 3 days they were journeying, and they always come back to this verse, 85 of Vilapa Kusumanjali. And I think it's so nice. Like you said, Jayananda Maharaj, you are also very busy. You give classes. We want to know what's a Gurudev's meditation, what is happening in Vrindavan, in this like Gambhira room of Gurudev. What is the deep feelings there, and how to also share and get some drop of this mercy in my heart. I hope I could say something that is making you happy, Jayananda Maharaj.
Thank you. I'm very happy. And I just, we know the leader, morning Radhika wear blue shawl, and yellow shawl. And then Krishna wear blue shawl. So I don't know how many months ago we are also discussing. This is also same thing.
Yes.
Radhika become Mohan, Mohan become Radhika. And probably Chaitanya Charitamrita is also prasada from all, kind of Mahaprabhu and our Goswamis prasada. And Radharasa Sudhanidhi and Vilapa Kusumanjali also prasada of acharyas, especially someone who has Manjari's Baba. So Gurudeva is sharing us this very deep subject. This is Mahaprabhu's Leela is very actually deep. Sometimes we reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, we are thinking, I got, but actually no. We can go deep and deep. So just one verse, it takes many days to go enter a deep. So we are just looking for Sundays, our Gora Sundara and Yasuniti and other. Maybe Radha Charanji also, he knows now. So
yeah, maybe he wants to share something.
Yeah, but he's sometimes shy.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes just hiding.
Gopika. Is Gopika here? She is the one that also relished these special hours. Are you here, Gopika? Maybe not. But Uddhava is there. Uddhava also was listening all this nectar.
Sure, you want to share something? She's also.
Just maybe this is technical issue. Could you open Gurudeva's room mic? This I wanted to say. Radha-chan, Prabhu, could you open mic or some guest come? Maybe. Seems like a guest. Seems like now Gurudev has a guest. That's why he cannot open mic. Seems like.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, morning class is very amazing. Very intimacy relationships. Especially this Vrindavan morning class. After this Brahma Muhurta special nectar, this remnants we can enjoy every day. And now our Suniti Didi chewing again. And more nectar come. It's so sweet time. Thank you so much. Radhe Radhe. We need everyone. We need each other. This is what I feel here now.
You also listen. You also give something of your feelings. Sorry. What do you feel?
Yeah, just come to my heart. Today I joined the morning class. At that time, Virupaksha Manjari verse 86, Radha's Pike, Anganes. At that time, without reason, Radha got angry, and Mohan feels very pain. And Tracy saw how Mohan is sorrow. Then Tracy feel compassion. That's why Tracy see into Kunja, try to help Mohan. And she said, Mohan, please wait, I can check. And how Tracy check is Swamini actually wanted to meet Mohan. This situation, Anganes is already gone. Just she saw how Swamini wanted to see, but Tracy feels it. This is one point what I learned from this Leela. Our Manjari is never judge. Our Manjari never force. Just first feel how Swamini is feeling. This is very important seva. Not do anything. First see and feel Swamini's feeling. That's why we need to cultivate our heart soft, and in any moment in this life, we always to open our heart, make our heart soft to feel others' feelings. This I learn, and again Leela. Then Tracy see. Then Swamini is very wanted to Mohan. Then Tracy asks, why you got angry so much this time? Then Swamini says, yeah, because Lalita says. At that time, Tracy can choose. It's ignore. You are Swamini. You can just go to Mohan. But Tracy is very intelligent. What Tracy goes to, and what Tracy doing is goes to Lalita. And take Lalita, from Lalita permission to calm down Radharani's Anganes Pike. After this get permission, Tracy go back to Swamini. Means this is also intelligent. Because Manjari always sees the situation, feeling, but not force anything. Not manage anything. Not control anything. See the situation and ask mercy, get permission, then go back to Swamini. Means Uttavaji shared that this get permission from Lalita is blessing also. And with this blessing, Radha can console her Anganes. Then finally, very quick point, Radha and Mohan meet. And another question come this morning from Uttavaji. Why Radha's Anganes is full of rasa? This is also important and interesting subject. Why Radha's Anganes is so full of rasa? Because Anganes is full of passion. When Swamini get angry, of course no think, just full of feelings and very passionate. Surfacely sees Anganes, but Manjari sees this inner deep love to Mohan. Otherwise, Swamini never angry like this. That's why it's not, it's different material Anganes, of course. But Manjari always sees the beauty of Radha, especially Anganes moment. Radha is very famous, like a lady, no Anganes. But this time Radha is angry so much. Means how Radha love Mohan very much. Then Manjari sees that moment. Oh, this is a peak of love. Like this. I'm not sure it makes you happy, but this morning just we listen, shared, and come to my heart. Radhe Radhe.
Beautiful, thank you.
It's interesting. Radhika's anger, sometimes without reason, sometimes with reason. And Radhika's anger, I think, represent how much she loves Mohan. And also, like Radhika's anger, we could see many feelings of Radhika, like a Kira Kinchita, many different feelings and different emotion. That emotion Mohan enjoy, and Manjari also could enjoy. And then Mohan is completely subordinate. Radhika control Mohan completely. This is Madanakya Mahabhava. And crazy. Too much crazy. Too much love and too much crazy. And she's Krishnamai. Whatever he see, only Mohan. Black things, everything Mohan. This is interesting. How much one-pointed she has. She has so one-pointed. So this is, we try to learn from our Swamini. This Lila is very deep, and this variation makes Lila more tasteful. Variation of Lila, variation of feeling, variety of feeling. This is very interesting.
So just now listening to these sharings, I remember the story just now today Gaurachandra Prabhu mentioned this Bhagavad, what is it? Srimad Mahatma. Bhagavata Mahatma. At that time, Bhakti can get alive just in Vrindavan. But Jnana and Vairagya still old. That's why Bhakti asked shelter from Narada Muni, his mother. Narada Muni, how can revive them? Then Narada Muni said, chant Srimad Bhagavatam, listening. And they are listening sweet kata. Then they can get power again. They become young. From this, what we can understand is like this now. We are listening sweet kata, how sweet Radha and Mohan. Then it's impossible, only jnana, only vairagya. We never get this kind of rasa. Even though our body is in Vrindavan, it's impossible. This Shravana, listening from Rashika Vaishnava, is really survive. This is the only way. Means, Gauranga Mahaprabhu said, chant Mahamantra, chant Harinama means glorification of this Mahamantra means Yugala Kishora. Just remember the beauty and just remember our original position is the only way to go back in this Kali Yuga. This is what I remember. Radhe Radhe.
I think this from Bhagavatam, this feeling come into jnana and vairagya. Because feeling make us young. And feeling make us more lovely, more tasteful. So Bhagavatam is full of rasa. The Shukadeva say, P. Bhagavata rasa marayam. This is so much rasa, so much tasteful. So Kishore is, I think, saying is right. Because this feeling makes jnana vairagya become awake and become younger. Similarly, we also, if we hear sweet harikata, full of feeling, means full of raga, full of rasa, then we may become, how much old become like young. Gurudev looks like very young because he's drinking so much rasa, so much nectar of this feeling, Mahabhava. This is, we are fortunate to hear Harikatha from Rashika Vaishnava. That's I'm feeling. Thank you.
This is real Chaitanya Charita Amrita. This is Gauranga Mahaprabhu's message I feel from you. Radha, thank you.
Yeah, because Chaitanya is consciousness. And Amrita means nectar, also a finish of birth and death. So this is, and this consciousness, from consciousness, we can have feeling. So it means Mahaprabhu is full of feeling. Mayavadi philosopher criticized him. What kind of sentiment, what kind of sentimentalism he has, with always chanting and crying. Actually, we understand Mahamantra means feeling, full of Baba. But this Baba is according to how much received from our Gurudev and our Acharya. So this is Mahamantra is feeling, full of feeling. So therefore Mahaprabhu is always crying. And Goswami is also full of crying. And looking for He Radhe, Braja Devi Ke Chararite. So always looking for Radhika. And Radhika's Mohan. So it's very beautiful.
Radha, I like how you say that it makes us full of nectar. And this nectar is the nectar of not only service, because in the beginning, I don't know what is the service, right? I do bhakti because I believe that is a very good thing. But two things also make me very attracted to bhakti when I started. This is this immortality. Because we are suffering here in this world because of this duality of good and bad and up and down and old and die and young and enjoy. This all makes us so crazy because we know or we feel that we are the soul. And so when we want to come to the soul feeling, actually then we
Oh, Suniti, stop it. Connection is may not.
Yeah, too much ecstasy now, see.
Too much ecstasy. Please. And so.
Radhe,
now,
I think I was cut out. No?
You are too much ecstasy, you are freezed, You are faint, it seems. Oh, still connection is not so very good. So Suniti, so actually this, I feel Mahaprabhu's mercy, especially in old people also very good, especially newcomer is coming. And that give us so much life, so much energy, so much, what to say, I feel so much mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. I don't know, Ma Bhakti Himagiri, he listened, she brought so many new people. I met new people, many new people, and then new people give us so much power, so much nectar, so much feel the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. You also remember when we distribute the book and then new people come, we are become, so ecstasy. And Prabhupada he's old and he's jumping. So this is, this Harikatha also, this distributing so much nectar, we could not stop it. And even though, bodies, body is weak or, we are looks like very old, but if hear Harikatha become young, like Jnana Vairagya. Yeah. So Gurudev also become younger. Okay, we talk too much maybe. Okay, Andakaji, sorry. Yeah,
yeah, fine. Ecstasy. Beautiful.
And then also very good Gurudev's words, very good. So could you please continue?
Okay.
Sorry, Andakaji, I came a little later. On which page are we now?
Now we are page 70.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we continue reading small subtitle in Svarupa Vesha. So Gurudev shares, we cannot divinely see without Svarupa Vesha. When we are in Svarupa Vesha, what we see is transcendental. What is transcendental? Svarupa Shakti is Swamini, and she is giver of devotion. And what she gives now in Svarupa Vesha, you can see. Same, like Swamini's nature will come, blissfulness and truthfulness. Without Svarupa Vesha, when I am not in my Svarupa Siddha Deha, I cannot see the Svarupa Siddha Shakti. We only talk about God because we have no desire to develop my Siddha Deha.
Wow, this is a heavy point, isn't it? It sounds very heavy. It can be misunderstood. Because in the beginning, of course, we have to know Krishna a little bit. We want to know why we are practicing this bhakti and how Krishna is such a, all-attractive personality of Godhead. That was Prabhupada's mission also. But Gurudev is speaking here about the people who after 20 years of practice are still in this, habit of talking about God. And this can be after 20 years of practice or many, many years or many lifetimes even. It can be an obstacle to only talk about God. And talking means, I try to be God conscious. I try to be, a good person. I do my rituals. I do my arati. I do my puja. I do my mantras. And I try to be a good person in front of God. But Gurudev is giving here a little bit a pinch that he says, if we are only staying there and we don't go into the deep understanding of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearing, we will stay in the circle of that consciousness. And also Narayan Maharaj did the same. And also Prabhupada, I found the quotes where he says, if we stay only in this external understanding and feeling of God consciousness, that is not enough. We need to go, if we really want to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as we have heard, we need to go deeper into our spiritual identity. And I am so excited about that. Why? Because before, maybe in the beginning of our practice of bhakti, it was not so available. But by the mercy of the Rasika Vaishnavas, now it is so available. It is there. We are discussing. We get to feel the Chaitanya Chaitamrita from a different level now. From the Rasika level, from the perspective of Swamini and how to be her Dasi and how to go in that direction. So those of you who are coming now to Bhakti, like Jayananda Maharaj was saying, we are so ecstatic that you are all here. Because by discussing and hearing about that, not only do I have a benefit, because I also, I cannot be like I was 30 years ago. I don't want to be a preacher of Krishna consciousness. You know what I mean? Just telling the people how to be God conscious. No, now I want to learn how to always feel and speak, or as much as I can, from the feelings of the Dasi. And that will create in my consciousness also the Svarup. Because now I am glorifying Swamini. And why do I glorify Srimati Radhika? Because now I have mercy that I am her Dasi. My Gurudev gave me this, how do you say that? Confirmation. He told me. And so that is, if we only stay on external consciousness of being a good person, being religious, that will not develop my eternal personality as a Dasi. That's why Gurudev is giving this a little bit, shocking statement that he says, we only talk about God because we have no desire to develop my Siddha. And that is, it was at that time also for us that who were sitting there in front of Gurudev, and we tried to talk like before about Krishna, and we learned the verses, and we were shocked that Gurudev was not so much interested in that. He was not impressed. His feelings were not really enhanced. He was not so much, in the beginning, especially, he had to train us to come to this, to leave this old habit. Because we were very much trained to learn the verses, to recite the Shastras, and to just be in that kind of like maybe a good Buddhist, or like a good Christian. We were the good Hare Krishnas. You know what I want to say? But now comes the mercy of Swamini through Gurudev. He will teach us now how to be a Dasi, how to Dasi feels. And this was a new level. And that is the time he was saying that. And then he always check us. Where are you now in your consciousness? And don't only accept this Dasi Bhav as an idea, a philosophical thing. No, grow into it. Be there. Always check, where am I right now? That I want to add, because otherwise maybe we misunderstand its statement.
So I wish to add a little bit. This is Mahaprabhu also. We only talk about Mahaprabhu is Krishna. But if we have developed our Swarupa, Siddha, Deha, then we feel Mahaprabhu is Radhika. So this is completely different, different perspective. Vaidhi Bhakti and Raga Bhakti. So Vaidhi Bhakti, we are always thinking about God. We are always servant of God. But Raga Bhakti, we see Mahaprabhu is Radhika, Swamini, and we are thinking we are Dasi of Swamini, Dasi of Radhika. So just I want to say a little bit.
Radhe Radhe.
Oh, our Gauravani, my Gauravani, and Gurajasina.
Radhe Radhe. I just thought maybe this is the difference between Dharma, in the sense of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, and Sanatan Dharma. Because Sanatan means always there. It is always in the heart. It is your nature. Like Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema, Satya Kabunoi. It's always there. It doesn't have to be created. So Gurudev wanted to give us this hint. Don't just do dharma. Because you can be a nice God-conscious person, but you want to create actually later on, again, karma. Because now you're doing nice activities that you have later on some good, how do you say, Ergebnis? A result, yes. So, but Sanatan Dharma is something else. Sanatan Dharma means you're really going back in your real position. You're going back in Ladini Shakti, back home, in your position as servant of Radha eternally. And that's something completely different. So Gurudev, in his mercy, told us so many points in such a very simple way that everybody could actually first accept it and maybe later on, by reflecting on it, understood. At least in my case, it's often like this, that first I accept in the heart because I feel it must be important. It sounds very simple. And then later on, I get the deep point actually behind it. And Prabhupada is always writing about Sanatan Dharma. Yeah, this is just what I wanted to add on that. Sunidhi inspired us, like always.
Yes, always she inspired.
Jananda ji,
yes.
Now is past 9:30.
Oh,
yeah, time flies.
Time flies. So, and our Gauravani also came. Mahaprabhu's once. Maybe what to do? Little bit more, maybe a few sentences. That's, it's good. Okay.
So, Svarupa Shakti. How can I see Shakti of Svarupa when I don't want to go in my Svarupa? No desire. Desire is there, but for many material projects.
Wow. This is very, very interesting.
Radhe. I forgot one point actually. Can I add?
Sure.
It's about Vairagya.
Okay.
Because sometimes in Dharma we also make Vairagya. So we are not taking this and not taking that, and we don't have any sex, and we don't have any whatever. So we are doing Vairagya in many forms. But actually, what is it? I was really reflecting about this. It's still material, if it's from that point of view of Dharma. Because I actually don't want to have this, but later on, I want to have more of that. That's why I don't want to take this now. So actually, it's the other side of enjoyment, of give me. So it's just the other side of give me. I will not take now. Please give me later more of that. And that's why we need Sanatan Dharma.
Mm.
For me, this was the last days, so very, very clear actually.
Mm.
I'm just reading Bhagavad Gita again, and it's a completely different view now. I didn't read it for some years, and it's such a wonderful, different view. Gurudev really, Om Jnana Timirandasya Kyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha really opened the eyes with the light. And now the light on Bhagavad Gita is also completely different. Sorry. Jai Shri Radhe.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good insight. Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda